Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Torchwood. God, it's been so long since I've recorded a video. Maybe 2 weeks, just about 2 weeks since I last recorded a video. I had to film a bunch of videos early before I could go on a vacation, and now I am back. And I have to catch up on a couple things. So, yeah. Last time on Torchwood, we had the Middlemen. Let's see. I don't remember what the fuck happened last episode. There was that one asshole. He captured Rex. Esther had to kick his ass. And then the soldier guy shot him. Gwen and Reese saved her father for a bit. And she blew up one of the sick camps, and then it turns out they actually have her father and Reese. They kidnapped them, and they want Jack. And Jack, I don't know. Jack was doing some shit. Met up with Ernie Hudson. Yeah. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Just don't. Just don't. With that being said, let's get into this episode of Torchwood. Here we go. Oh, Ellis Island. 1927.
Welcome to America, Mr. Harkness.
Whoa, okay.
Grazie. I mean, thank you very much, Inspector.
Wait, what? Oh, that was a different guy. I thought that was him.
What's your name?
Angelo Colasanto.
Angelo Colasanto.
Future man.
La magia oscura.
It's not magic. Technology. Sometimes they're indistinguishable. We're going to Manhattan.
Alright, cool. That's interesting.
Anything good?
No, just, stuff from back home. Souvenir sort of thing. Just you and me. Oh.
All right, stop your nagging. Told you she missed me.
Yeah, today
Jack, you should immediately think that something is wrong.
Why? What's going to happen?
Oh, so many things.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It gets better. Then it gets worse again.
You felt funny.
The war. Cold War. More wars. Wars. And then aliens.
I'd move in close. So I can smell her. And she can smell me.
Are they gonna bang, or are they gonna have a threesome? What's happening here?
Then what?
Like there's not enough air in the room.
This is not
You know
gonna
what that's
work.
like.
He's trying, but I don't think it's gonna work. Or else it would have happened by now.
And hot.
Or maybe it does work.
How did you know? About me? That I was like this?
Just experience, that's all.
So,
He didn't know.
anyone
He just
looking
assumes
at
that he
me
turns every
wouldn't
man
know?
gay.
No. I really don't care what people know.
At that point, they can't do shit to him.
But Oswald Daines has released a statement in which he says that a global emergency calls for emergency measures.
Oh, fuck him.
He advocated a swift
Pedophile.
return to
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned so many times. And that's just today. It's been about
Jack, you don't have to be that goofy about it.
700 years since my last confession. One hand for just a second. All right, Gwen? I'd be saving Henry.
She gonna do it?
You bastard. Nice try.
Well,
Whoever this is, they know you.
yeah.
You will swear on everything that is holy. You will deliver the box, but you will not look inside.
promise.
Is Miracle Day connected to the Mafia? That'd be interesting.
Maranzano's people have stumbled across something they're not supposed to have. I've got to stop them.
Yeah.
You made this
Now it's Torchwood.
I feel guilty about what we do. Doesn't make me stop doing it.
Maybe you don't want to be a part of this.
If God is love, maybe he loves me too.
That's blasphemy.
I think that's Christianity.
Man. Espionage and social commentary. That's Torchwood.
I've got this friend. He's called the Doctor.
Oh.
He explores the world with a companion.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Oh. He's taking on a companion.
You go insane, but it takes years.
Okay.
Franklin Roosevelt is going to be elected governor of New York this November, but he wouldn't start making the really crazy decisions until his second term as president. Third Reich triumphant, and there's a whole new history sprawling out.
You mean someone is changing the future?
Yeah.
Destroying it. They're just being used by someone called the Tricksters Brigade.
Oh. Why didn't I think of that? Man, going after FBR, freaking trickster.
I don't know all the secrets.
Here's one of the secrets. Run.
Yeah, that's a secret. Oh. He'll be alright. Just give him... Oh, poor Angelo. You just gotta give him a minute. There it is. Man, I missed that. He hasn't done that in a while.
Well, horror, do you know what is worse than all of that? I loved it.
Yeah.
I bloody loved it.
Companion's remorse.
Telling Reese I was sorry. And I swear, for her sake, I will see you killed like a dog right in front of me if it means her back in my arms. Understood?
Understood.
He gets it.
I love you, Gwen Cooper, but I will rip your skin from your skull before I let you take this away from me. Understood?
Understood.
Okay. Now that we're on the same page.
Nice suit.
Huh. Now you gotta explain that. He can still see it. You were shot in the forehead. Okay. That ain't going to... That's not gonna do enough. Did he slice right through the nipple? Alright. Wait for it. No, wait. Come on. Oh. Oh! Don't tell me they brought in more people. Aw, oh, dang it.
What did we do?
We gotta show you.
Miracolo.
The miracle I wanna see.
The miracle.
Do it again.
The miracle is all based on him. All based on all these schmucks from New York.
A partnership. What do you say?
Who are you?
Agreed.
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 Who are you?
I gotta go. You stand.
Give me a minute.
Ugh. I mean, all of his wounds have probably healed.
Attention from Nico.
I don't know, could this be another trap? Where's his coat?
Where are you going?
Yes, there's his coat.
Okay, but now we go.
I'm going, yeah. Time to move on. But not with you.
Yeah.
You kill me.
Moon.
Men like you. You kill me.
And he's gone. That was a fast recovery. He kind of Batmaned out of there.
It has been a long journey.
Is that Kira from...
What the hell? Find out who that is, on you!
It's probably Rex.
Who is it?
What the hell are they doing?
Is it Rex?
Gotcha.
Yes, it's Rex!
Bad day, Gwen?
Okay.
Yeah.
Rex.
They've been following them. I like that.
Checking the cash on the iPhone.
Okay. New plan.
Yes. Go, go, go.
Oh, we have people.
Reese, I can't believe
Oh, it's Andy. I was like, who the hell is here?
Listen, no, it's Cooper. He's been frantic. We got this call. I was off duty, but...
Yeah. They're gonna keep coming back, Andy.
Never shot anyone before.
Oh, poor Andy.
As for you, you better pray the death comes back to this planet by the time I'm finished with you.
So tell us who you are.
Because I can take you to the one man who knows how the miracle began.
Who's that?
Angelo.
Oh,
Angelo Colasanto.
he's still
He's
alive.
waiting for you, Jack. He's been waiting for such a very long time.
Probably. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh. So then Angelo is the villain. So yeah, that's someone else from Jack's past. After Gray and technically the 456, yeah. If this is confirmed that Angelo is our main villain now. Alrighty. Well, glad we finally got that. Finally, at episode 7, we learned who the villain is. So that's good, at least. Okay, an interesting episode. Definitely interesting. We finally, at least I'm pretty sure we got the reveal. We got the reveal of who our main villain is of this season, which we've been waiting for so long. Again, this is somewhat, speculative that Angelo is our villain, because it's possible that that's not the case. He could be a villain. I'm pretty sure he's a villain. That's without question. But now that I really think about it, it's like, okay, well, there were still, those 3 guys that came in, and, Angelo said he didn't know who they were, although he could have been lying easily. But, yeah, it's possible that, well, okay, maybe if he's not the main villain, he's a main villain. Like, maybe he's like a catalyst for all of this, basically. Because this was basically just a group of people that found Jack Harkness, learned of his miracle, basically, learned of, his power of not dying, and they all became so scared of it. And then there are these 3 men that, make a pact to basically take him, but they didn't. He got away, so this is all sort of... I would assume this has all basically been leading to something. This has all been leading to this point in time, to the miracle. So, yeah, that's interesting. This episode did feel a little bit removed from the rest of the season, mostly because we were focusing on Jack and his backstory and stuff like that. And there was a lot of Torchwood going on in this. Like Like, actually, when it cut back to Rex and Esther, I was like, oh yeah, they're in this season. So, oh well. But that's okay. And yeah, it's like, now that I'm really thinking about it, it's like, because it felt like such a Torchwood episode. Like, especially Fragments. Yeah, this was basically Jack's Fragments, kind of. Not exactly, but, in that episode, we got the backstories on Tosh, Owen, and Yanto, and kind of on Jack, actually, now that I think about it. We got backstory on Jack, too, when they all sort of joined Torchwood. So, this is kind of like that, which is why, when I'm thinking back, I'm trying to think of this as a part of, this season, and I think about, okay, Rex is in this season, Esther, Oswald Danes, is like, it's a tad bit of a disconnect, because this season has been different from our previous seasons, because we haven't been focused on the Torchwood crew as much as previous seasons. Obviously, in Season 1 and Season 2, it was, full on them. Series 3, it was on them, but it was also on, Frobisher and Lois and stuff like that. But also a lot on our 4 Torchwood people, if you count Reese. So now, we're down to 2 Torchwood members, 2 actual Torchwood members that we've had for a long time. So there has been a disconnect, and this almost like strengthens that disconnect, if that makes any sense. But at the same time, it's still good. I still like it. It doesn't matter. It's fine. So yeah. I'm going to look really quick at Colasanta. Okay. I was just making sure on Angelo's name. Okay. So, the whole episode pretty much was backstory. When we started to get some of the backstory, I was like, okay, this is good. We need a bit of this. And then, it kept going to where it's like, okay. Excuse me. It's late in the day. This is the last thing I'm doing today after editing the end of Season 7 of Game of Thrones. So I'm a little tired, but that's alright. Whatever. Okay, where was I? So, pretty much when they showed the first flashback, basically, I kind of thought, okay, is this going to be the episode where Gwen and Jack are driving to this place to meet up with, whoever wants Jack, and then we're just going to keep cutting back to, the past, and it definitely was that. So, yeah. So that was interesting. So yeah. We went back to the past. Now here's the thing is that if this is all Angelo's big plan, like he is the main villain and all of this is happening because, he met Jack all that time ago, it is interesting that, I don't know, it almost seems like it was such a chance encounter, basically. This guy that happened to steal Jack's visa. He stole Jack's visa and, tried to get into America that way, but then, Jack found him, and then just one thing led to another. They started banging, then, they found a parasite, they went to go, and then they got caught, Jack died, he came back, Angelo was scared, attacked him, brought in other people, some thought he was the devil, some thought it was a miracle, they tied him up, 3 dudes came, decided they were like, yeah, we like this guy, we're gonna keep him, but then they didn't, and then Angelo freed him, and they were gonna run away together, except Jack ran away by himself because he didn't want to keep Angelo with him. Flash forward to the day, Angelo has done all of this stuff in order to all of this stuff in order to get back at Jack, basically. It's a lot. All of this, it's interesting. If Angelo is supposed to be our main villain, that all of this has happened because of basically just a chance encounter. So that's interesting. It was also interesting that, okay, well, we'll talk about that in a second. One little line that Jack had was when he was giving his confession, he said, "Oh, it's been about 700 years since my last confession." How exactly does that line up? Because, Jack... I mean, I guess we never knew how old Jack was, but we figured he was just, normal age during the battle at Satellite 5. And then, he dies, he's brought back by Rose indefinitely, brought back permanently, and then he ends up back in time in the 1800s, and he lives up to Torchwood. He lives up to where Torchwood Series 1 and Series 2 take place. He gets sent back in time after that, and then he has to live 2,000 years under the ground until eventually he's found by Torchwood. They put him in cryo-freeze until he comes back at the end of Series 2, and then he just goes on through. So, that, as far as I'm aware, that is Jack's timeline. As far as I'm aware, that is Jack's timeline. So, when, he's back in time, and, he's on official Torchwood business, in New York, and oh god, I'm still yawning. So he's on official Torchwood business, and he goes to this, this priest, and is like, "Oh, it's been 700 years since my last confession." And it's like, how exactly? I don't know. I know that's just a one-off line. It's entirely possible that's just a continuity mistake, which is understandable, trying to keep track of this character's timeline. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I'm sure all you guys are in the comments are gonna be like, actually, it was just a continuity mistake or something. I don't know. Or then maybe you guys won't. Maybe you guys will try to reason it out, or maybe you will say, well, yes, it shouldn't be this or something like that. Because every time the Doctor's age gets brought up, you guys have a field day telling me how, that shouldn't actually be the Doctor's age. Because I guess the 7th Doctor said he was 1,000, and now at this point, the 11th Doctor is 900 or something. So, yeah. Ugh, okay. So yeah, we had a bit of the Mafia. That was fun. Yeah, Jack Harkness dealing with the Mafia. That was kind of interesting. And then, they basically have this box, and it's like, we need it transported from one side of New York to the other side of New York. And don't look in the box. I will make you swear by all the graces of God, do not look in that box. That's my New Yorker voice. As a quick side note, I've never been to New York City. I don't think. Well, if I have, I was really young. It was years and years ago, but so I don't remember. I don't know. I'm on the Amazon cast list. I don't know why. I just sort of scrolled down a little bit, and I just saw one guy just listed as young man. I'm just thinking of the YMCA song. Not important. Okay. So we got a little bit of the Mafia, basically Jack's official Torchwood business that he was on. And then first off, we had a bit of talk about companions. Jack kind of wanted to take on a companion like the Doctor does, And at this point, all he's seen of the Doctor is the Ninth Doctor and Rose. At this point, if I'm correct about where this is in his timeline, that should be it. So yeah. Oh, I guess Jack saying it's like, oh, it's been 700 years since my last confession. I guess that could be being like, okay, well, it's been this long since my last confession because I went back in time to 700 years ago and had a confession. It could be that. I didn't even think about that. Time travel, all that jazz. So yeah. Oh. Some good water. Okay, so Jack wanted to take on a companion, like the Doctor and Rose, which is interesting. I like that. Yeah, that's interesting that he would try to do that. The only thing is, and you could say that, maybe Gwen is the companion that he's always, wanted, basically. But at the same time, Torchwood is different. Like, at that point in the timeline, he was alone in Torchwood, but eventually he did get his team, and only now has it, his team is whittled down through everyone dying, whittled down to just being Gwen. So, but yeah, so that's interesting. He wanted a companion, and he was gonna try with Angelo, but it just did not work out because he freaked out. Yeah, and it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, like, well, I guess it's because he came back to life, because it's such a, such a thing about him coming back to life, this sort of supernatural thing that happens. Whereas the Doctor, like, let's say the Doctor went and got a companion from this time. The only thing that would be very, strange to them about the Doctor, physically, I think would be the TARDIS. Like, because he wouldn't have anything except for maybe, like, regenerating. But even then, that would happen after this person has, learned all this stuff about aliens and stuff like that. And, the Doctor would explain it before it happens. He wouldn't just, die like Jack did. So it's like, I'm trying to figure it out. Hello, cast list, giving me names. So that woman who was played by Kira from Deep Space Nine, that woman at the end there, her name, Olivia Colasanto. Huh. I just noticed that. I don't know if I was supposed to know that yet, but I guess she would be maybe, probably a granddaughter. This is around, was this 2011-ish when this aired, and, Angelo was probably in his 20s. He was probably in his 20s, in the 20s, so yeah. Anyway. What was I saying? So yeah, with the Doctor, it's like, okay, the only thing would be the TARDIS, but that's not him specifically. It's, that's the TARDIS. It's not him. So, like, I'm trying to think, like, I don't think that same situation would happen. Now, if that did happen, it still wouldn't exactly do anything to him, technically. Like, okay, I'm trying to think, like, if the Doctor was, all chained up like Jack was, the thing is, he may not die. May not is what we need to say. It's most likely that if that were to happen to him, every time they killed him, he would regenerate. Granted, after the first regeneration, there is a bit of a grace period. At least I think. This is going off of the Christmas Invasion. There is a bit of a grace period where he can regenerate his current body, just, heal his current body with, leftover regenerative energy. because he did that in the Christmas Invasion when his hand got lobbed off, and then he just grew a new one, basically. So yeah, just an interesting sort of thought. But yeah, I don't know if this. I think it's pretty much because it's such a startling thing that you watch Jack Harkness literally die, and then he just gets up, with a gasp of air. So yeah, and then we had the parasites, which was interesting. That being the Torchwood business he was doing there. That was kind of cool. It didn't. I kind of thought that they were leading into that was the miracle, but that just seemed to be just something he was doing. And it's like, okay, these parasites will make you go insane, and if they get into the mind of President Roosevelt, FDR, then he'll start to go crazy, withdraw from the war, and Germany will win World War II. And I was sitting there like, that is crazy. So like, who would try to mess with time like this? Try to mess with FDR? And then Jack said, this parasite is from the Tricksters Brigade. And I was like, oh my gosh, the Tricksters Brigade. I like that keeps coming up. I really like that keeps coming up. This villain who was introduced in the Sarah Jane Adventures. This villain is being referenced on Torchwood, for God's sake. That is cool. And not only Torchwood, this is American Torchwood now. This is American Torchwood, but I will say, for being American Torchwood, they try to keep in continuity as best as possible. Like, they don't just go off and do their own thing and then never reference what's happening, what has happened previously. Like here, they mentioned the Doctor and stuff like that. So yeah. So that was really cool, actually, that they just sort of threw that in there. It's like, yeah, this parasite that's, that they're using to try to change time, it's from the Trickster. So yeah. And that was referenced on Doctor Who as well, with Turn Left. That was part of the Tricksters Brigade. And then the Doctor appeared during a Trickster episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures. Actually, that would be really cool if the Trickster was that'd be cool if the Trickster was on Torchwood. It's just so interesting, the impact this villain has left. And this is from the Sarah Jane Adventures. They made up a brand new villain, and it's so iconic that it's bleeding into the other shows. I really like that. And then, basically, Jack is the reason for the miracle. It is all his fault because of Angelo, because of all those people, because of those three men. He was the inspiration for it. And from what it sounds like, Angelo is sort of the mastermind behind all of this. He witnessed the miracle firsthand, and maybe he's trying to replicate it. He's trying to replicate Jack's miracle. And he's trying to replicate Jack's miracle so that everyone will be able to live like he does. Or he's trying to just kill Jack. And it happened, like, the only way this would work was to just reverse it. So everyone on Earth won't die, but Jack will. Specifically so that he can kill Jack. We'll have to see. And then I like at the end of the episode when basically everyone came in to save the day. I like that Esther and Rex came in and saved them, even though Jack is still going to go with them to meet Angelo. Still, it's pretty cool that Rex came in to save the day. Rex and Esther, and then they coordinate. Because I was confused when it's like, okay, hey, the SWAT team is here to save, Gwen's family. Which apparently they didn't have her father there. So yeah, what happened to her father? We're gonna have to figure that one out. But yeah, went in to save Gwen's family, and I was like, well, how do they have a SWAT team that will, is on their side? Torchwood is kind of renegade right now, and then the mask comes off and it's Andy. I like that. I like that they keep bringing Andy back. It's really nice. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Good episode. We got a lot of much needed backstory. And it makes me excited because we've got 3 episodes left of this season, left of this show now. Although, that's the thing, is like, we have 3 episodes left of the entire show, but there are audio dramas. Probably gonna listen to them. So, yeah. But yeah, we only have 3 episodes left of this season. I'm very curious as to where we're going. How does this all come together, basically? How does it all come together? Why did they choose Oswald Danes? That's what I want to know. But yeah, great episode. Really enjoyed it. And can't wait to see where we're going next time. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Torchwood reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.